Hello everyone, this is Amrit from Eagle HD Canada, and today we are here at Pierre Poilievre's Canada's first rally for a change, and let's take the review of the public. Let's get to it. How are you feeling today?
Very well.
Very well. So, how are you feeling today?
Energized, absolutely, just full of hope, full of energy, full of passion, full of knowing the issues that really faces us as Canadians. Very trusting of a person who really, I believe, can do the job as a leader of this nation. I haven't seen that for the past 10 years. This is the first time. I mean, I've watched him all the time in the House of Commons, but this time it's like, I cannot believe this man who really understands us, who really understands our hearts, our hopes, our dreams, our needs, everything that we need to bring, to change the next generation, to give the children hope. I have two children at your age, and they need to buy a home. I mean, I can help them, yes, but no. They need to be able to stand up on their own, to be just as we did when we went and bought our own homes. Why are we taking that away from our kids? He has given us that aspiration for that hope that the young people can do it. So yes, I was energized. I'm full of joy right now.
I can see that.
Yes, and I'm meeting a lot of people that are just so fired by his message. He really has a good message, and I hope that all Canadians will really see this. This is a real need for change in this country, and we need to do it for our children, for our future. We need the change.
So, what do you feel about today's rally? Poilievre's Canada's first rally for a change. How do you feel about it?
I think Pierre brought up some very key points. I think it resonated with a lot of people. I looked at being tough on crime. I think crime's been out of control. There's been a lot of things like firearms bans and so forth, and that hasn't been working. I think we've been taxed to the nines. A lot of young people, the dream of owning their own home is out of reach. So I think Pierre stated a lot of actions that will remove a lot of the roadblocks in bringing back Canada and returning the whole Canada dream. So I really hope that he wins this election because I think 4 more years of this liberal, just rampant spending and recklessness is going to be really difficult for Canadians to recover from. And I think we're losing a lot of important talent. You see professionals who are just leaving the country. There's newcomers who've come to Canada with a dream, and they feel like I think they've been sold a bunch of lies. It may have been true, 10, 15 years ago, but that reality is no longer attainable in this day and age. So I think, if Pierre gets in, I think that's our best shot at restoring that dream for Canadians.
So, how are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm pumped.
And how do you feel about this rally being here?
I feel that we're going to win this. I have a feeling that the Conservatives are going to win in areas they have not won before, in places that are new, because people have had enough of this liberal decade. People want change.
How do you feel about this rally coming here?
I thought the crowd was great, and I thought his speech was excellent. He has a full command of all the issues that I feel are important. And I'm upset with the fact that it's only a 30-day run.
And what do you think about the plans that Conservative Party has for Canada for the upcoming years?
The plans that they have.
Yeah.
Yes, free strikes are outlawed. I live in a neighborhood where I have a WhatsApp chat group, and in that WhatsApp group, we alert each other about the crimes that are happening. In the past 2 weeks, there were several things that were going on. There was somebody that was where their house was home invaded, and he had phoned. He called 911, and then he sent to the chat, "Help! Help! I've been stabbed. My home was invaded." Then we saw all the camera footage. Four guys went in to their home, broke the window, and the alarms were going on and everything else. Didn't care. Just went in because they wanted the keys to the cars. And then at the same time pushed his wife, and he was stabbed at the same time at that day. And he's a pretty big guy. The criminals just do not care. They go in and they take what they want, and they, just as they said in Toronto, you leave your keys at the front door so that you don't get hurt. Why are we? What kind of country are we in?
So Bolivar has that potential, right?
Poilievre has the right attitude and the right policy for crime. Yes.
And how do you feel about the housing plans that the Conservative Party has?
Again, I think with the plans around housing, like reducing the $100,000 towards, that's gonna have a huge assistance in helping Canadians, as well as reducing the red tape. So a lot of the cost in building homes is around just even direct taxation, plus the red tape. It takes way too much time, especially in Canada. We have a very short construction season, and any sort of delay doesn't allow us to meet the demands. We've been allowing so many people in without any sort of regard to being able to have that infrastructure, as well as the infrastructure around even healthcare. Our senior citizens are also suffering in terms of the taxes are being used for other programs. So I think there's a solid plan that's been sort of laid out. So for me,
And do you think Bolivar has a good plan, a good execution and all? He has a plan in his mind, what he's doing and what not?
Yes, what I like about Pierre's plan is that he doesn't just spend money. He comes up with the sources of revenue that we can fund all of those social services by using our resources, our oil and gas. Instead of what Carney does, which is just raising taxes and printing money.
Yeah.
Pierre has a great plan to use all of the liquid gold under our feet so that we can lower taxes and fund healthcare, social services, and everything else.
And have you casted your vote for the advance votes?
Of course. Of course, I
I
have.
love to hear that. What do you feel about the plans that Conservative Party has for the upcoming years?
Interesting, because when Carney came, he said we've got to change everything. And he used, and all the conservative points that Poilievre was making is what he said he was going to do. But I'm a little suspect that he will actually do that. And I'm hoping that the groundswell of Canadians will respond to Poilievre. I think he's been meeting them in their location. And I'm hoping for a Poilievre win. I'd like a complete win, but we'll see.
Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for your review. Thank you for your precious time and words. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Let's see on the election day.
We are a nation of explorers and entrepreneurs, of artists and adventurers, of workers and warriors, of pioneers and patriots. Together, we will bring home the country that we knew and love, a country that protects its vulnerable, secures its borders, rewards its workers, unleashes its entrepreneurs, honors its history, upholds its traditions, rebuilds its military, and flies its flag. Together, we will rebuild the promise of Canada. so that anyone who works hard gets a beautiful house in a safe neighborhood under our proud flag. Canada first, Canada always. Let's bring it home.
So 10 years ago, Liberals said they'd bring affordable housing. Since then, they've doubled the rent, doubled mortgage costs, doubled the needed down payment, double housing trouble. And today, Mark Carney doubled down on exactly the same Liberal policies that gave us the worst housing inflation in all of the G7.